Hi everybody, my name is Rhys Barber. I'm the audiologist here at Audiology Associates. We upload new earwax removal videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 9 PM UK time, so please consider subscribing. Hi everybody, thank you very much for watching our latest earwax removal video. We've got a really good case today. This lovely lady came through feeling very blocked up in both ears. When I look in both ears, they're absolutely chock-a-block. You can see we've got loads and loads of what first appears to be wax. When we start suctioning this though, what we'll see is that it's actually holding together really well, but as we start to peel the layers apart, we can see that we've got lots and lots of thin layers. So this lady is actually suffering from keratosis obturans. So I will put a link to a video we did earlier. I'll pop it up in a card. Take a look at that because it really explains this condition really well. It's only about 2 minutes long, but it's a really good explanation of what this is. But basically what we have is an overgrowth of skin in the canal. So the skin detaches from the canal wall and it carries on growing and growing, and you end up with these long ribbons of skin that wrap around each other, and it's a bit like layers of an onion, so you have to kind of peel each layer apart. So the video does go on for about 30 minutes altogether. This lady was sat in the chair like an absolute trooper for about, I think it was just under an hour altogether. But we went at it very gently and checked in with the patient every couple of minutes. So what you can see here, we're not really getting a lot of purchase with the Zollner, which is quite common with these skin issues. So I've gone in with the Jobson horn now just to try and break some of this apart a little bit. So we've got a good bit of traction there behind this front section of skin and wax. And as we pull this apart, you can see there we are. We've got a little bit of wax there and lots of skin layers in there as well. So a nice big chunk come away there. I'm not going to be using the slow motion all the way through, just for little bits if I think it's worth pointing out, or if the blockage came out quite quickly or something like that. Just because it's such a long video, it would go on for hours otherwise. So you can see we just got another section. As we pull this away, what you'll see is the front sections come away, but those layers of skin, which you'll see in a second, as I try and pull this out of the ear canal, see just behind it, that layer of skin, look, is still going into the canal. So this is what happens when you're trying to break these plugs apart, is you end up with these, you'll get a little bit of purchase to the front end of the plug, but then you'll have these long strips of skin that go further in and then bed further into the canal. So really difficult to remove, and sometimes we have to go in, like I'm trying to do here with the Jobson horn. I'm trying to get behind the blockage to sort of break that little bit of connection of skin. You can see that white skin going further in there. So this is quite a long ribbon. And as we pull, we're trying to get this front section away. There we are. I've managed to break that front section away from the ribbon behind it. You can see it protruding from the canal there, that white material. This is all skin. So a long layer of skin going into the canal. So as we're pulling it apart, we're actually unraveling and pulling the top section away. So there we are, just taking this section here. There we go. So you'll see now that that wide section of skin there, still much more inside. So we're just going to see if we can grab this section with a forceps. Forceps just help us to get a good grip. Unfortunately, it does tend to tear these skin plugs. So I try and get them out in one if we can. Not always possible. So we do try and use the suction as much as we can. Definitely stick with this video. It does go on for a long time. It's well worth the wait. I think this is probably the biggest extraction I've ever done, and it was certainly the most challenging anyway. So we've managed to get another grip here on another layer of skin there, just trying to detach it from the canal wall. Because we've got that thinner layer now, we can go in with a crocodile forceps, trying to judge it. So you can see the entrance of the canal is not particularly wide. There we are, just trying to get a grip on that. Really trying to hold on to it. The key with the crocodile forceps is trying to put enough pressure on that you get the grip, but not too much pressure that it tears it completely. And you can see we've still got more in there. You're going to hear me say we've still got more a lot. This was immense. This removal, it took us such a long time. Our patient was so grateful. Afterwards. It can be quite a complicated problem, keratosis obturans. You've really got to look really check out that video. I can't emphasize that enough because it really does explain it very well. But if you leave it unchecked, it can cause some a few issues in the canal, which you will see a bit later on in the video. So as you can tell, we're still pulling away these skin layers. There we are, still working on this. You can see that that plug is still there. There's no obvious sign of the eardrum yet. I'm just pulling these sections forwards. There we go. You can see them just starting to work their way out now. You see what I mean about holding in place? We're getting these long plates coming away, so they're all sitting one on top of the other, and sometimes it's trying to find the loosest one to remove so we can get the next one away. Imagine trying to dismantle something quite complicated where everything overlaps one another. It's trying to take away each piece in turn, and sometimes you'll have a really obvious piece sitting in front of you, as we've got there, which will come away really easily. But sometimes those really obvious pieces are interlinked so deeply further in that you can't pull those out, so then you have to kind of work on a different layer, and you have to detach it from the canal walls first, so you have to pull them into the center. Imagine what's the best way of putting this? Imagine skin. If you ever get like a pull of skin on the side of your nail or something like that, when it first happens, the skin is really soft, but it dries and becomes quite hardened up. That's what happens to these skin layers when they detach from the canal wall. You get this really hard texture to them. And imagine if when they first start overlapping, they're still quite wet and it's oily in there, and they stick really firmly together when they're soft, and then they dry like that. So you can imagine trying to get those pieces away then can be really problematic sometimes. But we're still managing to chip away at this at the moment. As we lift this bottom section, you can see that kind of ripply effect underneath there. So that ripply effect there, that's basically where the skin is starting to pucker underneath. So that's actually the skin layers in there all puckering up together. We're starting to get a nice bit of traction to this lump now. Lifting from the base. It's still quite firmly wedged in there though. Please feel free, if you're fed up with me talking, please feel free to mute the video. I do waffle on for a long time, but it's just quite interesting to know why we approach things in the ear canal this way. But I understand that half an hour can be a bit long to listen to my voice. So, okay, so we're just going to carry on with the suction now, just slowly. You can see the layers there. You see that bottom layer, and there's a layer just sitting just above it. So you can see how the layers are formed in this canal. Here we are, starting to move it away. You can really see that ripply layer of skin at the base there now. This lady, I think the last time she had her ears cleaned out was about 10 years ago, which was just a straightforward wax removal. So I think this has been building for a little while, just looking at the sheer volume of skin and wax that's in the canal. You can see now that bottom section was really... See that pulling away, that layer there? Watch this as it comes away. Do you see that long strip that came away then, and that plug? So whereas we were working on the front section, which would have been the ideal position to pull that out, because it was so firmly embedded in, when we had to move to one of the side sections, it took a whole chunk away. Look, that's loosened this next section away, look. There we go. Just slowing this down. Look at those skin layers coming out of there. Long strips again, and that's quite characteristic of this condition, is you get these long pieces, long pulls. We can just see the eardrum there. Look to the right hand side, that bluish color in the background is the drum. So now we're just pulling this top section down. I'm trying to dislodge it from the attic region of the canal. It's tough sometimes to get a good grip on these because they can be a little bit bobbly on the front end, which gives us a little bit more difficulty getting on there. So we're just going to use the crocodile forceps. We've got a thin end on the front, just trying to pull this forwards. There we go. Ooh, it's just got lodged again. So Jobs and Horn's going to come into play now. Let's see if we can get behind it. It's quite loose, so it will tend to roll back a little bit. Got very thick scylla here at the front, those little tiny hairs. So I'm just trying to push down on that skin layer, look, so I can get behind it, get some purchase on this. There we go. Pulled it forwards. We should be able to get behind this now. And there we are. Out it comes. Look at all that white skin layer around the outside there. As tough as old boots that skin is. And then the center will be all lots of little layers of skin all mixed together. Look at it still pulling out of the canal. There you go. Look at that. immense. So you see this long strips of dead skin that we're pulling out of the canal there. It's what makes this one of the more interesting conditions of the year. I know you guys love these kind of skin pulls and stuff. So you can see just how big that section was coming away there. But there's still more. So we have to go back in now. We're still going to use the suction. There we go, get a grip on this now. It's just going to be breaking this last chunk away now and breaking the little pieces down in there. There we go. Coming away really easily now. We've taken that big chunk away. Look at the skin layers in there as well. Still big chunks coming away. There we go. And there, now we can start to see the eardrum. There we go. So we're just going to take away some of this dead skin. You can see how it forms. Look, you see on the canal. Watch this left-hand piece now as this comes away. Look at the layer there. Like, do you see that layer peel away? That's what you've got all the way down the ear canal. Layer upon layer upon layer in there. Just got this last piece now stuck to the eardrum. So going very, very slowly, very gently. We don't know how firmly attached this is. Just stay away slightly. Patient just jumped a little bit there. And bang, there we go. So out it comes. There we go. Take a look at the eardrum now. So lovely and clear on that side now. Eardrum looks really healthy. You can see it all looking good there. And we have to do it all again on the other side. Now this ear canal, the patient had been experiencing a little bit of discomfort. The GP had thought that they had an ear infection, but it was actually just the sheer amount of skin and wax debris in here that actually rubbed against the canal wall. You'll see in a second the red patch where it's actually rubbed it raw. You know, got a nice big chunk there coming away to start with. You can see those layers there on the outside edge. Just trying to get past the little silla into this blockage. See if we can pull another section away. There we go. I took that skin section from the left hand side. See the little red bits on there then as it went away. There, at the bottom of the canal, you see a little red patch. There we go. You'll see it in a bit more detail now in a second. We're going to be a long time in this ear canal, so you'll see it a lot more. But there's a little red patch, and that's where it's been rubbing. The outer part of your ear canal is surrounded by cartilage. Your jaw is hinged just below that section. So what you get then is basically the canal flexing slightly, and it's rubbing against this hard piece of wax in here. So I've just lifted that section from the canal wall. Let's grab this now with the crocodile forceps. Trying to hold on to this. You see, just sheared off a little bit. Oops. Go back in now with the Jobson horn. Try to work down this right canal wall here. There we are, taking some of that center section away there. And then we're going to go back in now, try and get a little bit further in. There's still a heck of a lot in here. I'm trying to use the side of the Jobson horn to just gently, not scrape as such, but just gently run over the right canal wall there, because you've got this long skin section. And watch as we lift this section here. You can see it's still attached quite firmly along that bottom end. So we're going to use the suction to lift this up. Can you see the layer? Look, see the dry skin layer we're peeling away there? Now that's obviously that's one of the newest layers coming through, but all the other layers above that with this type of material, see this fluffy white skin underneath, where it starts to degrade the skin underneath. So it will actually sometimes really widen the canal out and really start to eat through the canal walls if it's left in there for a long time. You get such a lot of degradation of the skin underneath that it really causes a few problems. I'll point something out a bit later on in the video for you to take a look at. I hope you managed to stick with us. It's well worth the wait on this one, so please keep watching. You've got this long dry skin section. There we go. Look at that whiter skin section. I've just slowed it down slightly so you can see. Peeled away from that right canal wall, so we're just slowly working our way in. There's another layer underneath that on the right canal wall I can see. There we are, just peeling that section away now. You can see how tough it is because it's not sort of sliding out, it's tearing. It's that kind of, not brittle as such, but that hardened up. And the whiter, looser skin debris coming away. You can really see that red irritation spot there. And then we're just trying to get a good grip on this right hand side here. Trying to pull down from the top and trying to roll this forwards. Difficult to roll though, because it's attached still to the canal wall. So if you try and pull it forwards, you're pulling the center section, which is all woven together, and then that's attached to the canal wall as well. So it becomes really difficult to do. This is a little bit of olive oil just being introduced now. I'm trying to soften that skin a little bit, just to, not so much to unstick for this one, but just to soften it slightly. Imagine having dry skin anywhere on your body. You put a bit of olive oil on it or some moisturizer on it, it just loosens that up, and that's what's happening here. So you can see we've just got a good grip on that top section. Look at that white dry skin debris coming out there. So that's pulled the top chunk away here. We're about halfway through the video now, guys, so it gives you some indication how much longer we're working in this canal, so how much more to get out. Here we go, really pulling this now, really trying to get all of this section away. If you're watching this video and you've never joined us before, please drop us a like. If you haven't subscribed already, please think about subscribing. We do videos like this quite often. We're uploading 3 times a week, so if you want to subscribe, you're more than welcome to. Don't forget to click the bell as well, so that way then you get a notification. A few of our subscribers haven't done that because a few people have said they're missing notifications. If you click the bell, it'll give you a notification every time we upload a video, so you'll know when we go live and do all those things as well. So we've got a really good grip on this section. Look at that whole section coming away there. Really long skin pull, that one. Going, you know, I was really embedded into the center of that blockage. So that's managed to break that up lovely there now. So we can just get a little bit more of a grip around these looser sections around the outside edge. You can see a little bit broke away as we were taking that away there. Lovely, that's gone as well. Perfect. Let's take a look behind that now, and you can see it's still a massive layered chunk. You imagine that we were looking at the skin, that red section there at the base just underneath the suction tube there. That's what we were looking at earlier when we took the first piece away. So you can see, although we've managed to pull a great big section at the center, we haven't really managed to work that much further down the canal. So still a lot to come away here. And just trying to find a loose part of the skin so we can break this up. We can pull left to right, so really sort of wiggle this apart. You'll see me holding the suction on there, just allowing the suction to build to get a stronger grip, because these skin issues, they really do hang on in there tightly. Now you can see the face of this wax is very angular, so the suction is not really getting a good grip on there. So we're just going to go in with the crocodile forceps again. Let's see if we can pull and break this down a little bit. You can see we managed to take a chunk out of the middle, but that's all we're doing really is loosening these center middle layers. It's not really budging from what's on the outside, and that's what's going to be holding it in. So I'm just slowing this down again. You can see this coming away. There we go. See how thin these layers are? These little sort of blocks of skin, one on top of the other. There we go. You can, as you take one piece away, it loosens the rest. It's all starting to break down a little bit now in the center section. There we are, trying to lift from the canal wall as well. Now, see, now we've taken that center bit away. The canal wall sections now are starting to lift away as well, and that's what's going to really get this thing moving. Is if we can get that sides, if we can get the sides away from the canal wall there. You can see just managing to lift up now, got a good grip on a piece of skin there, really trying to tease this out the canal, bring it down, desperately trying to hold on to it with the suction. Look at this coming away. There we go, nice long piece of skin there. And now you can see we've got a bit further into the center section, so we've got the room now to pull these side pieces into the canal a little bit more, detach those, unpeel them. Just looking for any looser bits around the edges now to get a hold of. Just trying to loosen this here. You can see we've got that long strip there now. With the crocodile forceps, put my teeth in. Crocodile forceps work really well if you've got like a nice wide open canal. Now, what you'll find here is I'm struggling to get the grip I need because you're limited in the maneuverability by the entrance to the canal. If the entrance to the canal is lovely and wide, then you'll get lots of maneuverability, because don't forget we're working into the canal. So it's not just a case of being on the outside and be able to reposition really easily. You have to be able to have the amount of movement on the outside to be able to get the grip you need. There we are, nice big chunk come away with that base section there. Let that dry base section of skin come away. If you use, there you go, just start to see the eardrum now. So that bottom section came away really, really well. We have this whole section at the top here, which is all stuck to the attic. Okay, so what's happened here is that skin debris has actually started to eat away at the top layer of skin in the attic, so the ceiling of the ear canal. So we've got a lot of dead skin debris really anchored up there. So I'm trying to undercut it at the moment, take these lower sections away, so I've got the room then to pull the top section down. You can see I'm trying to find anywhere to get a grip on this top section because he is firmly wedged up there. There you go, working around the outside edge. Let's try this left hand side and top. There you go. See it? See, we've got this white skin section to the left-hand side of the camera. Now that is sort of slightly looser skin coming away. The darker material there is the much older stuff that we've got in here, so they're really hardened up bits. Yeah, that's taking some of that looser skin away. There you go. You can see how far up it goes into the attic. It goes up a fair way. Got a lot of dead skin there to the left hand side. Trying to tease that across. It's really held on to that canal. It's really wedged on there. The slight blurring is because we're working really close to the Scylla with the endoscope to allow me to get a bit of maneuverability in here. So the Scylla just passing in front of the camera. So we're just getting a grip. There we go on that section. Look at that coming away. Nice big piece of there. I've taken that bottom right hand corner of that away really nicely there. There we go. Let's just take a good look behind that. So as you can see, we brought everything now forwards. So we've taken it from that deeper section. So we'll see if we can get a good grip on this section here. Depends on how these layers are formed, you see. Now you can see we've got a good grip there, but we only took a small layer away. And we're going to try and do the same here. Sometimes if the layers are really firmly attached to one another, then you'll get a really good pull and everything will come through with it. There you go. Do you see that long strip coming away there at the end as well? Okay, so we're getting to some of the end pieces now. We're far from done, but we've got that larger central section worked down to the outer part of the ear canal. Here we go. We've got a good grip on this section. Look, it's staying together. It just broke away. Staying together really nicely. This rear section here, so we're pulling that's come away nicely. Now we've got another long strip, a long thin strip, so I'm trying to hold on to it here with the suction because that's more likely to pull it without tearing it, because you're just using the structure of the skin itself to keep pulling. You can see it just working its way out there, but as we're trying to get a grip on it, obviously it's very loose and it's flapping around, so to try and get a strong enough grip to pull this out, it's really firmly wedged in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the crocodile forceps. Now you do run the risk of it tearing or shearing when you use the crocodile forceps, so I'm trying to find a good spot, a good thick spot to get hold of to try and minimize that tear if we can. But you can see it's flopping around so much to try and get that good grip on here is proving difficult. There we go, we got the grip and we pull and just broke away there. But you can see the length of these skin ribbons coming away, these long skin ribbons. Let's try and pull that section as well. There we go. That's the rear section of that ribbon. And there's still more. We're still going. There's still so much more in here. So we're just trying to get a grip just there on that thin section. We're hoping this is going to pull another long skin ribbon. But what you can see, it does start to pull, but it's just a short one this time. Back with the suction again. Let's see if we can detach some of this from the canal walls. There we go. Let's see if we can get it. We've started to lift now most of the way down the canal. So we've got a good grip here. So let's give it a nice... There we are, just maneuvering this out. Here we go. Look at that chunk there. That was the piece that was sitting much, much further in. There you go. So we've cleared about a third of the drum now. So there's still more in here. It gives you an indication of what's hiding up in that attic, what's behind that whole section up there. Okay, so we're down to about the last 6 minutes of this now, so we can see we're really we're getting to grips with the end of this. Trying with the crocodile forceps now. It's held up this so firmly. There we go. Now we've pulled a section down. Look at that piece there dropped away. That's another layer coming away there. Trying to get a grip in this top section here. There we go. That newer skin debris. Look at you can see the curl. It keeps the shape of the canal. There we are. There's the eardrum. Look at all that still up in the attic though. You know, it's really got wedged up in there. We've got a dark piece here sitting just in front of the eardrum. Not the greatest of angles, this one, because this is falling down straight into the canal, so it means that you can't really get a good grip on it with the crocodile forceps. I'm going to try with the Zollner, see if we can get a grip with the Zollner tube. And if we can't, then what we'll do is reposition with the Zollner and see if we can get the crocodile forceps on it again. Just trying to aim for that looser, softer, whiter skin at the back. But you've got this long piece that's dropped down into the canal there, which is just getting in the way all the time, unfortunately. You can see those loose pieces in there as well, which is just flying around with the movement of air in the canal. So let's try and get a grip on this section. See how tight and how firmly that's stuck up in that attic region. That we're really pulling on that, and it's not really budging. It's not really budging. So we're going to go back in now with the Zollner. I've got a good grip there. See it all getting sucked into the end of the tube, so we get a really good grip. So we're going to see if we can use the force of the suction now to pull this down. Okay, broke away from the suction, so we're using the forceps now. There we are. Look at that pulling down. See, it's just tearing. It's held there so tightly. It's just tearing away at the front end. So I'm just trying to get any grip I can. But it's just such an awkward shape to get hold of, this drop down of wax. But you can see it attached all to that left hand canal wall up into the left sort of, top left corner. So let's aim there and see if we can bring this down its source. To get the angle I need, I have to back out with the endoscope a little bit. That's not really budging. Okay, let's go across the right hand side. See that softer skin material? I can get to that now. Look at how that peels away though. There you go. So it peels down the canal really nicely. Brilliant. That's loosened it there slightly. Let's see if we can do the same on the opposite side. Aim for that whiter skin material there. Now, do you see a bit of movement? Watch this whole section collapse down now. Ready? It does come in a minute. Look at that. That whole top section collapsed down, and it just came away in one big chunk. Got a good grip on this with the suction, but it's too big to fit out the canal. So let's get a grip on this with the crocodile forceps. See if we can pull it out. I just missed it. Hang on a sec. I've slowed this down because I want you to see this bit that comes away, because we've got a good clamp there with the forcep. Look at this section coming away. There you go. Look at all that dead skin. That is massive, and that was stuck right up in the attic. Look at the attic. Look how far up that goes. Look at the skin up there. It's actually started eating its way through the skin up there. It's not the most pleasant of conditions to have. It's left unchecked. So we've got a few little straggly bits to get rid of. So let's get rid of these two dark pieces near the drum. There you go. And let's do the next one as well. Oh, what I'm doing is thank you to everyone who said they'd love to do another live. We will be doing one. I don't know when yet, but we will get around to do another live for you soon. And if it's something you want to see regularly, then we're more than happy to do that for you. So just clearing away some of this dead skin material here. Top right corner. There we go. And then we've got a little piece on the drum and a little bit of dead skin to the bottom left hand corner. And we should get all this away very, very slowly working our way down. I hope I haven't bored you too much with the voiceovers, guys. Like I said, if you did enjoy it, drop me some comments in the comment section below. And if you liked it, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. So you can see, just taking this dead skin section away here, and just a little bit of dead skin left there. So we'll just take this last little piece away now. There we go, lovely. And there we are. We can see the eardrum there looking relatively healthy. So this was what was actually taken out. This was also on the paper towel. This is what we removed. So we're looking at, I had to bunch it together because my rulers weren't big enough. So it's about 13.5 centimeters, 5 1/4 inches there. Take a look at this stuff. You can see I've had to layer one over the top of the other. All these pieces in the center here, all these little layers that were coming away, the darker material on the edges. If I'd spread that end to end, I think we would have got close to about 30 centimeters. I think it was a fair amount in there. Thank you very much for watching our video today. If you did enjoy the video, then please like. If you're not subscribed already and you'd like to do so, you can click the subscribe button here. If you'd like to check out some more of our videos, they're also up there. Now, if you want to follow us, you can do on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also check our website if you want to know a little bit more about us. And as always, guys, until the next time, take care.